Only on 13 Action News Live at 6, a judge gets his first swipe at settling a fight over security doors in an apartment complex near 8th Street and Owens.
We've covered this story every step of the way, and today 13 Action News reporter David Schuman was in court to see the tenant's first victory, but it may only be temporary.
They're in breach of their lease. They're in violation of the terms of the lease.
Dora LeGrand took the stand on behalf of Saran Knight Apartments Wednesday. She oversees the complex where several elderly residents have installed security doors.
I'm hard of hearing. I can't see out of the peephole because I'm too short, and it would be impossible for me to be able to open a door without the security door and feel secure.
Marlene Azine says managers approved the alteration.
Dora's response was, I don't see why not, providing you meet certain criteria.
Marlene's in court now because she filed a lawsuit when they all got eviction notices for having the doors. The judge recognized this as a valid dispute and told Dora as much.
I can't imagine that they would go to that expense if they thought that they weren't allowed to do it.
Management says if they did allow security doors, front doors would be left open, and the company would have to pay for the increased utility bills. Marlene and two other tenants still have their security doors up. The judge ruled that Marlene can keep hers for another 45 days, and he told the apartment managers if they evict the other two, that's fine, but there could be repercussions later. How do you think that went?
No comment. They did not have permission. That is the truth.
So you feel good that you're going to win this?
They did not have permission, and that's the truth.
For now, no more doors can go up, but none can come down either. David Schuman, 13 Action News.
We first looked into this story after a viewer reached out to us, so if you know about a problem or issue you want us to check out, send an email to 13investigates@ktnv.com, and please be sure to include your name and phone number.
And right now, people are still waiting in line to get Powerball tickets. Check out this video from Sky 13 earlier today. 13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan is live near the state line as people try to beat the ticket sale deadline to take their chance at $700 million. Brian.
Yeah, we're a little under an hour away from that deadline. You can see the line is a lot shorter than what you saw in that video. Everybody here trying to get inside the door to get their tickets before that 7 o'clock deadline. And while they're waiting, they're all thinking about what they would do with that $700 million.
I'm going to share it with my friends, with my family, and whoever wants it.
Even though the odds are nearly 1 in 300 million, you have to have a ticket to win it. And with the deadline looming at 7, everyone who got in line around 5 is anxiously measuring the distance to the front door and the minutes ticking away on the clock. How long do you think it's going to take you to get from here through the door?
I would say over an hour, I would say.
You know the deadline's at 7, right?
Yeah.
Think you make it?
I hope so.
Good news for him. He just walked out of the door with his tickets in the last 5 minutes. So it looks like the people that are in line right now will make it in. What we are told by the people here is that if this lottery doesn't hit tonight, the prize jackpot on Saturday would be nearly $1 billion. Reporting live, Brian Callahan, 13 Action News.
Thanks, Brian. That is just crazy. Lottery anxiety disorder. If you are picking your own numbers, this is something you might be interested in. The most common white ball that's drawn is the number 26. It's come out almost 300 times in Powerball history. It's followed by 16, 41, 22, and 32. There's a tie for the most drawn red Powerball between 6 and 20, and after that the Powerballs most commonly coming out 9, 2, and 12. Something else for fun. We have a 360-degree look inside the store in Primm where you see a lot of locals going to buy their Powerball tickets. If you'd like to see the ticket buying madness from every conceivable angle, just click on this video at our website, ktnv.com.
Well, the eyes of the sports world will be on Las Vegas this weekend for the long-anticipated fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor. The fighters held their final news conference today ahead of Saturday's fight, but it wasn't the war of words we've seen since the fight was announced. The two were a bit subdued.
I can fight. I can give it, and I can take it. But for me to be 49-0, it's obvious I'm not receiving it, I'm giving it.
We are prepared for 12 3-minute rounds of non-stop pace, and I will go forward and I will put the pressure on him and break this all man. Trust me on that.
Well, Mayweather is such a heavy favorite that he's trying to keep interest for the fight drummed up.
New at 6, we're getting a good idea of the economic impact this fight will have on Las Vegas. Based in part on past Mayweather fights, it's almost a sure bet that millions are going to be spent here. These are some figures from the LVCVA, and this does not include gaming revenue. When Mayweather fought Juan Manuel Marquez in 2009, that brought in more than $8 million into the Valley. 5 years later, the non-gaming revenue for the Mayweather-Maidana fight came in at more than $11 million.
And in addition to bragging rights and $400 million, Mayweather and McGregor are fighting for the official money belt. Yeah, this picture of the belt obtained by TMZ Sports, a representative for the World Boxing Council, tells TMZ that it has, get this, more than 3,300 diamonds with an additional 600 sapphires and more than 100 emeralds. That's a lot of bling. And the strap is made from crocodile leather. We'll keep an eye out for the high roller this Saturday after the big fight. The observation wheel will be lit in the champion's colors. If Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins, it will be lit red, white, and blue for the American flag. And if Conor McGregor wins, it will light up in the colors of the Irish flag, orange, green, and white.
If you're not at the fight Saturday night, we'll try to do the next best thing for you. Please join me and Tricia, along with our team of reporters, for 13 Action News Fight Night team coverage with complete newscasts at 5, 9, and 11 p.m. New at 6, a woman is seeking justice tonight after her best friend was left for dead by a hit-and-run driver. Only on 13 Action News, Tom George sits down with the woman who explains why she's hoping the person responsible will step forward.
I'm just shattered, like I'm just on the floor in a million pieces.
There are some people so larger than life.
You can't just take my best friend and get away with it. You can't.
You can't fathom life without them and can't remember life before them. For Daria Jepson, that was 25 years ago, and that person was Johnny Sabo.
And he walked in wearing this black on black leather, and his hair was pitch black, and his eyes were so green, and his smile was so bright. I remember I went, whoa.
A free spirit who quickly became her best friend.
He could sing rock and roll to opera. He was amazing.
But now all she can think of is his song's ending near Harmon and Wynn.
His entrance was always grand, but his exit was sure messed up.
Last Tuesday, Johnny was pushing a shopping cart when a car struck him, then drove away, leaving him for dead, and leaving Daria with questions.
It was because he was left like that in the middle of the street to die and suffer. How scared he must have been. He must have been so frightened.
It's the outcome Daria always feared. She says she'd offered him a room, even a car over the years. But she says Johnny was homeless by choice.
He didn't want to feel like a burden, I think, you know, and he never was.
It's a story she hopes the driver of that car will hear.
I know you're scared. I would be, but they're going to get you.
For them to know that the man they killed was more than a guy with a cart.
He was loved, and he will be so greatly missed.
Now, Daria still has Johnny's shopping cart in front of her house. She says she used to hate the shopping cart, but now she's planning on keeping it in his memory. Tom George, 13 Action News.
Some people in one Valley neighborhood woke up to an infuriating mess. Surveillance cameras captured somebody egging cars. Find out why one woman says this act was hurtful.
And you're taking a live look at the line to buy a Powerball ticket for tonight's drawing as the deadline gets closer. Well, people in one Southwest neighborhood woke up to cracked eggs all over their cars, and it was all caught on surveillance.
Now, people in that area want their neighborhood security to step up patrols. 13 Action News reporter Marissa Kennison spoke with one victim who says the vandalism is especially hurtful.
Yeah, this upsets me. This is my father's car, and he's passed away.
Upset because of this. Her father's car now covered in dried yolk. Jessica says somebody has been egging cars in her neighborhood, and it's all caught on camera. Take a look at this surveillance video. It happens quickly, but you can make out what appears to be somebody throwing an egg out of the passenger side window, and neighbors think it could be teenagers.
I'm sorry, but let's be real. Where's their parents?
It's not just Jessica's car. Several other cars in the neighborhood were also hit, and these cars are a mess.
It's messed up, you know, this is messed up.
Here's the problem. Eggs contain sulfur, which can cause the paint on a car to crack and deteriorate. Repairing that paint can cost hundreds of dollars. The neighborhood does have security patrols, so I reached out to the HOA to find out what they're doing about these concerns, but I haven't yet heard back. Neighbors want to see security step up their patrols since so many cars have now been hit.
If we're not the only one, where were they when they were driving around?
Marissa Kinnison, 13 Action News.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, a local attorney who police say is in big trouble with the law. Why the DA's office says they need to find him to bring him to justice.
Plus, some dangerous criminals force their way into a storage room and hold employees at gunpoint. Find out what those employees did next that might have saved their lives.
And we're taking a live look at the lines to buy a Powerball ticket for tonight's drawing. As the deadline gets closer, a lot of people travel to the state line.
And let's picture once again from our crew sitting there in Prim. This is the nearest place for locals to go buy some Powerball tickets. Jackpot tonight, $700 million, 7 p.m. deadline, 8 p.m. deadline though on the line. So those people still have a little more time. The line, by the way, though, does wrap around the building at least once, but at least it's not out into the parking lot where the secondary line was earlier.
Well, new video tonight out of Connecticut shows some crooks in masks going into a Verizon store and forcing the employees into the storage room at gunpoint. According to police, they targeted Apple products in the store. The employees complied and even let the crooks zip tie their hands. Nobody was hurt.
A 13 Action News update tonight on the California man who pleaded guilty to killing his 5-year-old son following his arrest in Las Vegas. Armaz Andreshian had been sentenced to 25 years to life in prison for the murder back in April. Prosecutors say he did it to get back at his estranged wife. The boy's remains were found in June in Santa Barbara County after Andreshian gave that information to investigators. 13 Action News is teaming up with Nevada Job Connect to let you know about employment opportunities around the valley. There's an opening for a line cook. You'll need at least 1 year of experience and must have a health card. Also an opening for a production worker, no experience necessary. Pay for that job starts at about $9.70 an hour. Also an opening for a delivery driver. You must have a valid driver's license. Pay starts at $12 an hour. For more information on any of these positions or to see the full list of openings, just go to ktnv.com/jobs.
Well, UNLV is getting a little more crowded. Today, the college welcomed more than 4,000 incoming freshmen. And 13 Action News anchor Leslie Marine explains this year's class is already breaking school records.
Definitely feels like moving day here at UNLV. You can see boxes of clothes, refrigerators, parents saying goodbye to their freshmen. This is expected to be the biggest freshman class in UNLV history.
UNLV says freshman enrollment is up more than 8% from last year. They also say for the first time in the school's history, they expect more than 30,000 kids to attend fall semester. Freshmen we spoke to could already feel how crowded the school was with dorms at max capacity this year.
Pretty stressed, getting things all together.
Just seeing all the people downstairs when we were checking in, it was very overwhelming. So I'm a little uncomfortable. Luckily, my parents have been really supportive in getting us here.
As for what these students will be studying, UNLV says they have the highest enrollment for education, followed by fine arts. Reporting from UNLV, Leslie Marine, 13 Action News.
Watching the Vegas Golden Knights on TV this season could end up being a little tough for local fans. Cox Cable says it hasn't reached an agreement yet to carry AT&T Sportsnet, which has rights to Golden Knights games. Cox has released a statement saying negotiations with AT&T Sportsnet have begun, but adding the channel could come at, quote, an extremely high price.
And right now we are tracking the latest of a deadly typhoon on the coast of China. Typhoon Hato has reportedly killed 10 people. Officials are warning residents in Macau and Hong Kong to take caution as the storm is set to bring more flooding and massive winds and widespread power outages there.
Here at home, take a look at this video of a palm tree on fire. This was sent to us from a viewer. They say it happened after it was struck by some lightning when the storms were moving through the valley, but that'll get your attention.
Yeah, that's for
sure.
sure.
Like a big birthday candle with a green thing on top.
And see how often we tell people to stay away from that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? So that's a reason why.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
It came down hard today, though. You
Right.
Here in the studio,
And
right
then other
about
areas
3.
are going, what happened?
Right,
Again,
exactly.
it's the way this whole season has worked.
Location.
It really is. Take a look. And our location is now out of the flash flood warning. Folks in Sandy Valley, Good Springs, you've been seeing this throughout a good portion of your day. 6:45 will be the end of yours, but there's still more storms, so I don't know that it will completely end it. Surprising that even with all that cloud cover, we managed to make it to 100 degrees today. 82 this morning, should be at 78, so some nice numbers there. But this will be the last of, well, not quite the last, but of our 100-degree days before we start to really crank up the numbers. You know, we might have one more day's worth, let's just say that. You folks in Boulder City and down to the south, we've seen those storms kind of wind down as well. Desert Doppler showing the storms right around Good Springs, Sandy Valley, and up through Blue Diamond now starting to really park themselves there. But really, this is nice that things are dying off. We told you with the loss of daytime heating, as the sun begins to set, we have less heating, less buoyancy in the atmosphere. Lake Las Vegas, you dry out. The airport dries out. We look good there. We look good in quite a few locations. This is not necessarily one of them, but things have thinned out for you folks there. So we've been watching and tracking it hour by hour, still seeing some pop over the mountains, and I think that's what will be left over for this evening. And in general, you kind of see the whole map. If I don't cover all of it up, you get an idea that, yeah, we still might see a few showers in before the end of the night, but really we're starting to wind everything down. And this is what Futurecast is doing. Pulls it all out of there, a little bit left over the 7 o'clock hour, nothing doing the 8, 9, 10 o'clock hour, but it'll be overnight and maybe tomorrow that we might see things start up again. So we got another day, and then we'll be in the drier kind of pattern, and that'll be Friday, and then the temperatures will come up, and then by the weekend they really come up. I mean, we're talking record-setting days. We're actually calling for a record on Sunday at 109 because the record is 109. So near record and record-tying temperatures for the weekend. And Monday's no picnic either. Look at that, another 107-degree day. But we'll look at some drier air and some more milder conditions coming in definitely for the remainder. So look at that. Whew, that's a warm weekend ahead, guys.
That is a warm weekend. Just in time for all the folks who are in town for the fight.
Yeah.
Well, hundreds of millions of dollars are up for grabs tonight, but if you don't win big Powerball money, you can still win big. Why throwing out your ticket may be the same as throwing out money.
Plus, only hours after that heated rally in Arizona, President Trump addresses a room full of veterans in Reno. We'll tell you about his special message for them.
And don't forget to download the all-new 13 Action News app featuring live streaming, video on demand, and incredible weather radar. It's free in the App Store and in Google Play. Well, from Contact 13, more possible bad news to come from Wells Fargo. It was just a year ago when the bank disclosed employees had used customer information without their consent to open new accounts. Now, in a message to employees, the bank CEO warns an internal review of operations to be published in the coming weeks may reveal more questionable activities. Wells Fargo has already paid more than $5 million in customer refunds. Well, Kohl's is looking to improve its online sales, and to do that, it's planning to open a new facility dedicated to fulfilling online orders. The retailer is also reformatting its stores to be smaller and, it says, more engaging for customers.
In tonight's Warrant Wednesday, the Clark County DA's office needs your help finding a local attorney who's accused of setting a bad example. 42-year-old Easton Harris is under a grand jury indictment on 4 counts of theft for his alleged involvement in a scam. But Harris first appeared on the radar of Chief Investigator Darcy Spears a few weeks ago.
According to the State Bar of Nevada, Easton K. Harris committed more than 100 violations involving clients of his law practice over several years, so they disbarred him in June. Now, Harris is reportedly in even deeper trouble.
DA Steve Wilson says that deeper trouble dates back to 2015.
What he did was basically scam a couple of people from Idaho, actually, out of $160,000 by convincing them to invest in what he told them was a grow facility for the medical marijuana industry.
Wolfson says Harris even lured the couple to Las Vegas and showed them a building that was supposedly going to be used as a grow facility. But Wolfson says the more troubling part of the case is Harris used the fact that he was a lawyer to earn the victim's trust.
They said to the detectives, you know, we believed him. He was a lawyer, and our money was going to go into his trust account. So they had this extra feeling of trust and credibility with this guy because he was a lawyer.
If you know where Metro can find 42-year-old Easton Harris or any other person wanted by the DA's office in our Warrant Wednesday segments, call Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. You don't have to give your name, and you could be eligible for a cash reward.